Yo, let's watch the video from Visual Venture, uploaded 3 hours ago. The internet's most toxic fandoms. Dude, I enjoy Visual Venture's videos so much.
TikTok wants to free this killer because apparently he's too cute for prison.
Already starting off
He
wild!
ended up staying at the airport for
Okay, he do be attractive.
multiple days and recording videos of himself saying like, I'm not leaving until Ray picks me up. Like, I know that she
Unless
wants
that's
to
not
see
him.
me.
The girl Karina from the group had to issue an
First time getting your stream, not a Twitchy, but more of a YouTube enjoyer. Getting your greetings as a fellow German. Hallo! Was geht? No, kids on YouTube. I'm sorry! I would still want them to be behind bars!
apology because she has a boyfriend.
When I reported to the police that he was about to turn up at my house, he threatened to kill me on stream. He said, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Cause I'm
Hey,
not
yo.
your friend. I will never ever hang
A
out with
slutwig.
you. And I don't care about you.
Ludwig, please! You can't say that to the viewers!
Because I don't know you.
It's almost
Come on. Come on, Ludwig. I get where he's coming from. I get where... No, I've heard about that quote-unquote discourse from Ludwig at that time. But, yeah. Damn, guys, we just gotta be cute. Yeah, you just gotta be cute, man.
impossible to avoid toxicity on the internet, especially when joining online communities. Some fandoms have members that are so destructive they could be considered dangerous. These fandoms I'm going to talk about focus on extreme fans and do not represent fandoms as a whole, but unfortunately these fandoms have more of these absolutely insane individuals. My name is Visual Venture. Hope you guys have a beautiful week. The streamer fandom.
Thank you.
Twitch, to no one's surprise, has always been associated
Hey, chat. Oh, chat. You're being called out!
with toxic gaming culture to some degree, and fans play a major role in this. Fans form something called parasocial relationships with their favorite Twitch streamer.
Who here is parasocial? Who here of you is parasocial? Huh? Yeah? Huh?
These relationships are one-sided fake relationships that fans create with the person they admire. These fans feel like the streamers are their friends, but the reality is far from it.
You shouldn't form a relationship with me. At the end of the day, I'm entertainment. If I stop entertaining, you stop watching. That's it. That's what I want from you guys. Cause I'm not your friend.
Like, I totally get where Ludwig is coming from with this one. He was really harsh with his words here. He was really harsh with his words. Like, saying, like, you're not my friend, I don't care about you. Like, shouldn't you be caring about your viewer base, though? Like, overall? Like, shouldn't you be caring that you have, like, viewers that do enjoy your stuff? That's why I think, like, he was a bit too freaking harsh here. But I do get where he's coming from.
I will never ever hang out with you. And I don't care about you because I don't know you. I can't.
You're a number.
Yeah, that is true. Like, we just can't. Like, as a streamer, we just can't know every single individual viewer. He is right. He is right in the end. In the end, he is right. He's just a little bit harsh on it. Fat fucked up too much to pity him. I don't even remember about Fat Meister, was that one? Wasn't that one a little bit blown out of proportion? I don't remember, man. Are Gobo just number for chat and kids? Yeah, you're all just a number. $5, chat. $5. $5. You think I'm doing this for free? What the fuck? Oh my god. Do you guys remember the $5 bitch? Do you guys even know about her? Let me find it. $5. Like, that was before I was streaming. Here, that's her. That is
How did
her.
my whole speech about how I need subs and to get the stream going if you like the content, blah, 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 how that results in 0 subs? There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me? and not $5.
The audacity on this
I don't know. What are you
bitch.
doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch?
The audacity of that bitch, man. The audacity is insane.
For me. I'm sorry. I don't love you. I could tweet that I love you, but that's not true.
With over 4 million YouTube
I denied
subscribers
that
and guest
mistake,
appearances
sorry.
on music videos by Bella
yeah, you're
Porch and
right.
Machine Gun Kelly, Valkyrae is one of the
Really
biggest names in
ungrateful bitch.
gaming and is by far one of the most popular female streamers
Where did she end up now? Honestly, no idea.
ever. But all this fame and recognition comes at a steep price, because while her fandom is loyal to her, some are absolutely obsessed with her. On July 13th, 2022, Valkyrae appeared in Anthony Padilla's I Spent a Day With series on YouTube. There, she revealed the horror story of her fan taking things too far.
So I have a crazy fan that actually flew in from out of state.
What?
Went to the 100 Thieves compound. They warned me that this guy was looking for me and that they called the cops and
What the
left.
fuck?
Valkyrae expressed multiple
the
times on her
fuck?
stream just how much she dislikes
That is stalker behavior in the end. What the fuck? Don't fucking do this. If anyone ever watching me does this to me, nah, I'm calling the cops on you. Piss off.
social fans and the negative effects that it has on everyone around her. However, her community is so large that it's hard to control these kind of fans.
That is
ended
true.
up staying at the airport for multiple days and recording videos of himself saying
that's
like,
Anthony
I'm not leaving
Padilla.
until Ray picks me up. Like, I know that she wants to see me. And
Valkyrae explained that she never interacted with this person before, let alone know who he is. The fan claimed that she requested that he fly out there so that the two could hang out.
But if we cute, bro, no, stay away. Stop.
But their entire relationship was just made up in his head. Fortunately for Ray,
Jesus.
that's where the situation ends. But for a streamer like Sweet Anita, more drastic measures
Oh my
needed to
god! Oh my god! I remember her
taken.
stalker.
English streamer Sweet Anita has over 1.9 million followers
And the
on
police
Twitch and
never did
1.6 million
anything.
subscribers on YouTube. And since she started streaming in 2018, she's grown to become a beloved gaming content creator. But just a year into her streaming career, Anita was met with a serious problem. She had a dangerous stalker.
I've been chased, and people have had to restrain my stalker out in public as he wouldn't leave me alone.
Since October 2019, Sweet Anita has been stalked by an obsessive fan who wouldn't leave her alone.
Like,
The stalker
bro.
began by messaging her excessively
Just leave
on
her
Twitch and
alone.
other social media platforms. He would find ways to join her video game lobbies, begging her to talk with him privately and pursue something more. And when she refused, he didn't take it lightly.
He started putting my details in chat and
Bruh.
trying to encourage other people to stalk me, doxing my home, my street, my address. He started trying to release things about me that were incredibly private, including medical conditions and things like that. And he made awful threats.
As long as I live, I will make sure your life will be hell. Someone wanna take care of that guy?
And awful comments constantly.
From there, things
You might
escalated
need a
with
gun
him visiting
license.
Anita's town. The obsession got so intense that the stalker secured a lease at a place just 4 minutes from where Anita
What
lived.
the
Living in
fuck?
constant fear, Anita tried to contact local authorities to get help. But even after showing the police all the evidence and threats made against her, the cops either didn't take action or released him after detaining him.
When I reported to the police that he was about to turn up at my house, he threatened to kill me on stream. He said, I'll be there in 15 minutes. And they didn't turn up for 30 minutes. And
What?
even they didn't actually.
Bro, where does she live? Like, in the UK? Does she live in the UK? Here in Germany, I've called the police, I think, 2, maybe 3 times. They arrived within 5 to latest 10 minutes. The police here, the times I had to call them, they turned up so damn quickly. Like, sometimes really within like 3 minutes, where I was like, holy shit, already?
turn up. What they did was ring me back after 30 minutes to explain why they weren't going to do anything to help me.
In this tweet posted by Anita on July 14, 2020, she shared a terrifying message from her stalker saying that he would end her. The streamer then revealed that he sat outside her house all day waiting for her to come out so he could strike. Then he followed her around and then proceeded to chase her. 2 men had to restrain him so that she could run away. When she reported this incident,
someone just needs to fucking beat this guy up.
To the police, the officers said that they would chat with her about it the next day, but they never did. When she followed up with them, they pushed it back yet another day, which shows just how little they're doing to protect her. All of this happened between 2019 and 2020. Since then, Sweet Anita kept most of her stalker issues private, but they still continue to affect her life. In May of 2022, Anita shared text message screenshots of this unknown person confessing his love to her, claiming she'd been leading him on. The messages also had a dark undertone, with the person writing, "I don't want to hurt you or your security. This is complicated, but I love you." But while the screenshots were shocking, the real kicker was that this man was a homeless guy who had joined Anita's Discord. When he was there, he told the community about his life story, and they ended up crowdfunding enough to cover his living expenses and tickets to TwitchCon, which was a convention Anita was attending and where he planned on meeting her and bringing harm to her. While it's unclear what happened to this guy, these incidents were far from over. On March 3rd, 2023, Anita took to Twitter to share what she'd been doing behind the scenes to protect herself and other streamers like her. After years of inaction from authorities, Anita decided to take this issue directly to the government. She worked with a member of parliament to try and tackle the problem, making proposals to create proper legislation and prosecution for stalkers. Over time, she also ran into several other crazy fans. One man broke into her house and she had to fight him off. Another attacked.
Why does she have to deal with all this shit? Oh my...
attacked her in public, and one of them would even sleep in her garden to keep tabs on her at all times. Despite the severity of Anita's problems, her proposal was pushed aside. Nothing could stop these stalkers as their actions weren't technically illegal in the eyes of UK law. And Twitch is just one of the many places where fan behavior is disturbing because the fans of our next fandom take obsession to the next level. The K-pop fandom.
Oh god. Oh god, with the K-pop fandom. Oh lord. Oh lordy lord, here we go. But the Sweet Anita thing, like, they were sleeping in her garden, right? So, but I'm not from the UK. I live in Germany, so I got no idea on this. But, like, how is this technically not illegal? I just don't... Oh my god.
I want to emphasize that these are specific cases of toxic fans and do not represent the entire community. Since the genre's spike in popularity in North America, social media platforms have become major hubs for K-pop fans. So when it comes to internet fandoms, there are few that match the size and scale of the K-pop community, which you think would be a good thing for the artists, but that's not necessarily the case. The K-pop community has its fair share of fans that form parasocial relationships. Some fans grow so attached to their favorite artists that they forget that they don't know them in real life, which causes them to lash out just like they did to aespa's Karina. Debuted in 2020, aespa is a girl group formed by SM Entertainment. When their first song dropped, they quickly became one of the most popular girl groups in Korea, Asia, and beyond. Karina is the leader of aespa and is infamously known as the face of the group. She was also a renowned brand ambassador, influencer, and dancer, which helped her grow a giant fan base. But with so many eyes watching her every move, anything she does is immediately either praised or criticized. This is why in February 2024, when news broke out that Karina was in a relationship, the media completely lost their minds.
According to an exclusive report on February 27th, aespa's Karina and acclaimed actor Lee Jae-wook are romantically involved.
Karina's new lover, Lee Jae-wook, the star of several highly rated Korean dramas and a rising star in Korean media. But despite their positive reputations, this relationship would be a nightmare, especially for Karina. In the K-pop industry, dating is considered taboo, and many idols are not allowed to date, which is outlined in many idol contracts. These rules are usually set in place because of K-pop's intense fan culture. To keep their obsessive fans happy, many idols need to look like they're single and available for love, particularly from their fans. But just because these rules exist doesn't mean they're always followed. After the two two were spotted together, both of their entertainment agencies decided to issue statements announcing their relationship to the public. But what they didn't anticipate were the consequences that would follow.
One day after the news was out, SM stocks fell by 3.47%.
Although it isn't confirmed whether or not that was the reason why the stock price fell so drastically, this was just hours after Karina's dating announcement went live. Not to mention, the statements from both companies received mixed reactions, with the same amount of people criticizing the relationship versus supporting it. But that wasn't
Not like us, we don't care that you have a boyfriend. Yeah, you guys thirst over my boyfriend, is what you guys do. It's quite the opposite. You guys want my boyfriend.
all that happened following the news. Karina became a target
yeah, it's very weird to make fanfictions of the real
severe
people.
internet hate from fans who didn't support her relationship, and they did everything they could to let her know exactly how they felt about it. Stationed right outside SM Entertainment's headquarters in Seoul were massive LED billboard trucks sent by outraged Karina fans, and the words on these billboards were shocking.
You ruined your career. Were you not satisfied with the love that your fans gave you? Why did you decide to betray your fans? Apologize or you will see album sales drop and empty front row seats at your concert.
The second billboard truck added even more salt to the wound. It said, Karina, rather than feeling sorry towards the fans, you should be sorry to the you who has worked hard for 7 years. You ruined your own career yourself. All your efforts have been destroyed by a single dating rumor. Are you satisfied? Because of this excessive backlash, Karina had to do some serious damage control.
Girl Karina from the group had to issue an apology because she has a boyfriend.
In a handwritten letter addressed to her fans, Karina apologized for her relationship. She also wrote that she promised to heal the wounds she created for fans and that she would show her more mature and hardworking side in the future. After this letter was released, Lee Jae-wook's entertainment agency issued a statement announcing that he and Karina had broken up. This happened just 2 weeks after the relationship went public and just 5 weeks into their dating. Although the statement said that the breakup was due to both of them wanting to focus on their careers, it seems more likely that it was because of the controversy that the relationship created. And Karina isn't the only K-pop idol whose love life has suffered because of fans. Other idols like Blackpink's Jennie, Girls' Generation's Taeyeon, and FX's Crystal have all been targets of angry fans. Fans feel a sense of betrayal when dating news comes out, either because they've devoted themselves entirely.
Bro, idol culture is so messed. Idol culture is so messed. Watch Oshinoko. Watch the first episode of Oshinoko and you'll see. Like, I love how Oshinoko actually displays the dark side regarding all of this show business regarding idol culture. Like, Jesus.
To these singers or because in their minds, no one is up to standard with their favorite idol. But dating isn't the only controversy that idols can get themselves tangled up in. Another common source of toxicity in the K-pop fandom is when it comes to the impossible to obtain beauty standards associated with the industry. Imagine being a 9-year-old girl dreaming of becoming an international superstar. You move from the US to South Korea to chase those dreams. After 6 years of hard training, just as your dreams start to come true, everything falls apart. That's exactly what happened to Kyla Massey, the half Korean, half American idol whose dreams were crushed because the industry just didn't like how she looked. In 2017, the entertainment agency Pledis announced a brand new girl group, Kristen. The group included several already famous idols. On March 21st, 2017, Kristen made their official debut with a song called Wee Woo.
Toruba? First of all, I have no idea. Second of all, spoilers much? Hello? I hope not. I fucking hope not. You never watched it? Yeah, okay, then don't talk about it. Like, I don't know where you heard this shit from, but no. What the fuck? Brother? That's not about this at all? What the fuck? Maybe you saw some fanfic instead. You know, legit, like, maybe that was some hentai shit.
At first, the group was met with a ton of positivity. Fans loved their fun song and felt like the group had a lot of potential. However, just a few months into their career, Pristin became overwhelmed with hate comments from internet netizens. But these comments weren't targeting the group. They were aimed at just one member, the youngest member, 15-year-old Kyla Massey. For context, the K-pop industry is notoriously known to be superficial. Idols are constantly compared against the Korean beauty standard. The requirements to meet the Korean beauty standard are next to impossible. Idols need clear skin, even complexion, a small face, symmetrical features, big eyes, and full lips. But arguably, the most important standard of them all is weight. Agencies would do weekly checks on their trainees, openly discussing how much each person weighed to the entire company. And if someone's weight was just a little bit over the threshold, that could jeopardize their entire future in the industry. This is why many K-pop idols and trainees use restrictive diets to maintain their weight. Like Stray Kids' Felix, who revealed that he had to go on a 4-day diet consisting of only water for 3 days and bone broth for 1.
What? Bro, that is fucking inhuman? What the what?
Not only did Kyla not fit the traditional beauty standard, seeing that she was half white and half Asian, but she also didn't fall in line in terms of weight. At 15 years old, she was perfectly healthy for her age, but compared to the rest of the Pristin members, Kyla was not as thin, which caused a lot of people to dislike her and send negative attention her way. Many fans pushed for Kyla to go on a diet, saying that she didn't fit K-pop idol standards. Some even said that Kyla was dragging down the rest of the group. But the toxicity wasn't just bad online. Press and paparazzi refused to take any photos of her alone, and she was no longer seen participating in group promotional activities with the rest of the members. Fans nearly demanded Kyla to be removed from the group. Whenever Pristin performed, the crowd would cheer enthusiastically over every member who was singing, but when it was Kyla's turn, it was complete silence. Around the peak of all this backlash, Kyla disappeared from the public eye for her health. Many fans speculated that it was due to the excessive hate that she was getting for her weight. But years later, it was confirmed by sources close to Kyla that she went on hiatus due to a concussion. But Kyla never came back from this hiatus, choosing to stay in the US for good. She was spotted working at a carnival stand in Los Angeles shortly after she left Korea. Pristin would eventually disband in 2019, just 2 years after they debuted. After the group disbanded, Kyla created her own YouTube channel where she posted a video about her time in Pristin. She also talked about the hiatus rumors and cleared up all the speculations regarding why she left. But although her hiatus wasn't tied to the negative comments she received, that didn't mean that scrutiny didn't get to her. It just goes to show how ruthless the K-pop community can be, even to someone as young as her. But while Kyla's story fortunately has a happy ending, some K-pop idols walk a more heartbreaking path. Gu Hara was a Korean singer from the girl group Kara. She was one of the most popular members and even had her own solo debut and several roles on Korean TV shows. But despite Hara's beloved reputation, it only took one incident for all that to be taken away from her. In 2018, Hara was working on Korean TV show My Mad Beauty Diary. She met and started dating hairdresser Choi Jong-bum there. But later that year, the entire relationship would implode, bringing down
Almost I have not heard of it, no.
On Hara's career with it. On September 13th, 2018, at around 1 a.m., a drunken Jong-bum allegedly broke into Hara's apartment. The two got into an intense fight that turned physical, leading to a breakup. This became public news on the internet. To defend themselves, both Hara and Jong-bum posted photographic proof to show their side of their story. But that wasn't the end of it. After everything became public, Hara went for a medical checkup to assess her condition. There, she found out she had several serious issues, including internal bleeding and multiple sprains on her arms and legs. Meanwhile, Jong-bum was still escalating the situation. He intimidated Hara with a secretly recorded video. He had filmed her without her knowledge and was using the footage to blackmail her. Hara stayed mostly silent on social media after their fight, but she later revealed that she kept quiet because of the tape Jong-bum had. The night they fought, Jong-bum sent a message to the Korean news outlet Dispatch saying that that he had photos and videos of Hara that he wanted to share. As a celebrity, a video like that could ruin her entire career. And with the scandal already happening, Hara didn't want to take any more chances. She was so desperate to keep the video private that she even pleaded with him. Hara later admitted to causing his injuries and accepted the consequences. However, she also asked the public to consider his actions and his attempt to use the video against her. The scandal soon made its way to the Korean justice system. Hara and Jongbom battled it out in court. The main defense from Jongbom's attorney was that he claimed Hara had initiated the filming of the video and that it was filmed with consent. If that were the case, then the current Korean laws would not be able to punish Jongbom for the actions of the video. The case went on for months, causing emotional distress for Hara. Even though she was in a serious legal battle, Hara still returned to the spotlight as an idol in November of 2018. But that wasn't without struggle. Although Hara returned to the idol life, she still spent the majority of her time at the courthouse. Her trial against her ex-boyfriend was very much public and one of the most talked about topics in South Korea at the time, and not for the right reasons. At the time of the trial, the Gu Hara video was one of the most trending search topics on the internet. There's an average of over 5,000 illegally recorded spy cam crimes reported each year. Yet the legal system has very lax punishments for these crimes. Since returning to the industry, Hara...
Bro, what? And like I also heard about the camera shots where like people like in the more eastern countries like Japan, China, Korea and shit take photos, like upskirt photos of women, like just in the public. Like bro, that's so insane. Like just like going up an escalator and like getting a photo of it like that. Like why?
Hara was met with severe backlash from many in the K-pop fandom, angry at her about the controversy. Her social media comments section became a place filled with so much negativity that Hara did something she couldn't take back. In May of 2019, Hara posted a concerning message on her Instagram saying one final goodbye to her fans. After this post went live, her manager rushed to her house to find her unresponsive. Hara was immediately transported to the hospital for treatment. She stayed under the radar for a couple of months until August 2019, when the trial came to an end. Choi Jung-bom was sentenced to 1 year and 6 months in prison. But he was given a suspended sentence, meaning that he didn't actually have to go to prison. He was just given a 3-year probation. Although Hara's legal team was working on appealing the sentence in hopes of a heavier punishment, it would come too late. Because just 4 months after the court made their decision, Hara would also make one of her own.
K-pop star Gu Hara has another apparent victim of malicious online attacks. The 28-year-old was known to have been suffering from severe depression.
On November 24, 2019, Hara was found in her home. Hara's passing came just weeks after the passing of former FX member and actress Sully in October 2019. Sully was also one of Hara's closest friends and also a celebrity under scrutiny by many in the K-pop fandom. That's because Sully did not fit the traditional mold of an idol in the industry. She often talked about topics that were considered taboo. She shocked K-pop fans with her differing opinions and for her controversial choices in clothing. Because of this, Sully was met with intense attacks by many in the K-pop fandom, and she was one of the more major examples of toxicity in the K-pop fandom and how it can negatively affect the idols. Although some K-pop fans take idolizing a singer too far, this next fandom shows us that even the most evil people can have admirers. The criminal fandom.
Oh no.
Arguably, the most disturbing toxic fandom out there is one that romanticizes actual convicted criminals.
TikTok.
Yeah, no, he's not that cute. I thought it was someone else in the video earlier. That guy's not that cute, what the fuck? But I remember one big case, and I bet he's gonna talk about it, where a Japanese woman is literal quote-unquote IRL yandere. I bet he's gonna mention that one.
Wants to free this killer because apparently he's too cute for
prison. I was talking about the guy on the podcast.
2018, Cameron Herron made his first appearance in the media and on news headlines. 24-year-old Jessica Robinall and her young daughter Lilia lost their lives at his hands. Cameron, who was 18 at the time, was drag racing down Bayshore Boulevard in Tampa, Florida with his friend when he struck the mother and daughter duo who were crossing the street. street. The speed limit in the area was 45 miles per hour.
And he drove 100?
Streets at 102 miles per hour.
He drove over double.
The two were taken to the hospital, but sadly it was too late. Lilia, the daughter, was only 21 months old. Cameron at the time was an up-and-coming TikTok influencer and was just about to graduate high school. But because of his need for speed, his entire life changed. He was now a criminal and there were going to be consequences. A trial was set for December 2019, but due to the stay-at-home crisis, it was pushed back to April 2021. By the time the court—
How much is that? I don't actually know in kilometers. Let me check. 104 miles, was it? Miles per hour in kmh. That's 160. He hit them at 170 actually. He was, and the speed limit was, what did he say, 45? So it's like 75. So it's like your average, street. Like your average city street, kind of. And he drove double! Bro.
date came around, Cameron was now 21. Considering the nature of the case, there wasn't much going for Cameron in terms of defense.
On count 2, same charge, court will adjudicate the defendant guilty, sentence him to 15 years Florida State Prison. That'll run consecutive to count 1.
He was sentenced to a total of 24 years in state prison, while his friend John, who was racing with him, was sentenced to 6 years.
He was
Cameron's
racing
legal
with
team
someone!
tried to get his sentence reduced, claiming that 24 years was too much for a young man like himself.
Yeah,
However,
well,
the judge
sucks!
wouldn't budge, and that should have been the end of it. Except it wasn't. Because while Cameron was serving his time behind bars, a fan base for him was being built, all because of his looks.
Well, someone in chat did say he has the crazy eyes. He really has the fucking crazy eyes. What is this? Look at his eyes, man! Thank you for the follow, Raphael.
Despite the crime that he committed, Cameron was growing a community of fans on TikTok. People started making edits of Cameron at court, talking about how attractive he was, and even advocating for him to have a lower sentence or for him to be freed altogether. But Cameron's not the first criminal to build a community of fans. Arguably, one of the most infamous cases of killers turned idols is Yuka Takaoka, the real-life yandere. Born on January 28, 1998, Yuka Takaoka dropped out of college to pursue a career as a bar hostess in Japan. She quickly climbed up the ranks, becoming a manager at a popular hostess club in Tokyo. While working there, she met her boyfriend, Phoenix Luna, who was also in the nightlife industry. He worked at a nightclub called Fusion
I can fix it. I can make it worse.
Of Tokyo's red light district. Although not much is known about the relationship, the two of them would soon become one of the most well-known couples in all of Japan, because things soon started getting rocky in the relationship. And instead of talking out their issues, Yuka decided to take more horrific measures instead. On May 23rd, 2019, Yuka and Phoenix were hanging out. Phoenix needed to use the bathroom, so Yuka took this as an opportunity to snoop through his phone. But when she started looking through it, she soon realized that there were things she didn't want to see. On his phone, Phoenix kept pictures of him posing with other women while he was working at the nightclub. For Yuka, this was a sign of betrayal. She immediately assumed that he was cheating on her, and rather than confronting him verbally, she decided to express her anger by attempting to end him. And this is the exact moment when she became an icon for yandere fans. For context, a yandere is a Japanese character archetype usually about a
what's
woman.
A yandere?
Yanderes are extremely obsessed with their love interest. They would do anything to get their love and approval. But when yanderes feel like their crush doesn't return the same feelings, that's when they turn on them, which is what Yuka did.
If I can't have you, no one can.
Because Yuka believed that Phoenix was cheating on her, she committed an act that she couldn't take back. Like a yandere, Yuka was possessive over Phoenix and didn't want any woman to be with him if it wasn't her. At just 21 years old, Yuka ruined her entire life. Seated in the lobby with an unconscious Phoenix next to her, she didn't move a muscle even when the police arrived. And that's when a viral photo was taken of her, a photo we can't show. Yuka allowed herself to be taken into custody without any resistance. She was expressionless as the officers took her away, only smiling once the entire time. What was truly disturbing is just how calm and collected Yuka was about the crime she just committed.
She said, I had to do this because I
Why can't they show the photo? Probably because of monetization issues.
loved Phoenix so much and I wanted to be with him so badly that I had no other choice. I thought him saying things like, I like you and I want to be with you, all those things would become a reality if we both died.
Yuka's story soon made its way through every corner of the internet. A Twitter user by the name of Mombot first posted about the case on May 24th, 2019,
Did she get a death sentence? I have no idea.
Gaining traction with over 12,000 likes and 7,000 retweets. A day later, another tweet about Yuka blew up. This time, it included the photo of her sitting down at the crime scene, racking up almost 16,000 retweets in just 4 days. After the viral tweets, people began looking into Yuka Takaoka and her past. And that's when they found her Instagram account. She posted pictures of herself in cosplay, and coincidentally, Yuka was particularly a fan of cosplaying yandere-type characters. More and more people began to associate Yuka with yandere characters, giving her the title of real-life yandere. The hashtag YuYuYuno-chan started trending on various platforms, which combined Yuka's name with the popular yandere anime character Yuno. Some people even started drawing fan art of Yuka, while others praised her for her behavior, stating that they also wanted a yandere girlfriend like Yuka. But most disturbingly, a GoFundMe was created with the goal of bailing Yuka out of jail, raising over $3,800 in just 2 days. But perhaps the most beloved criminals is Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker who charmed women from behind bars to the point where he got his own stalkers. Richard had a rough childhood.
Last name rings the
Mistreatment from his
bell.
father and a bad household environment caused him to develop some pretty disturbing interests early on in his life. With no real father figure, Richard turned to his cousin Miguel Mike Valles as a role model. Mike was a convicted criminal. Mike would glamorize his life of crime, which was damaging for young Richard, who took all of Mike's opinions as facts. Ultimately, Richard decided to embark on the same path. He began committing crimes like burglaries and later to things much more sinister. Instead of focusing on what he could steal from his victims, he found something much more valuable that he could take: their life. He became notorious as one of the most dangerous criminals in all of California. For 14 months, he was out in the streets a danger to society. He became so well known for his crimes that he was given months he was out in the streets a danger to society. He became so well known for his crimes that he was given the name the Night Stalker. Richard would break into houses by using unlocked windows or unlocked doors. Richard's crime spree continued until August 30th, 1985. He was traveling on a bus to Tucson, Arizona when he realized that his face was plastered on every newspaper in the area. A group of local residents caught him and left him for the police to find. On July 22nd, 1988, the jury selection began for his trial. This is where Richard made his first real public appearance, and also when the obsession began. Many women around the world became entranced with Richard's attractiveness and his confident demeanor in the courtroom. By the time 1989 rolled around, just in time for his trial, he had grown a community of fangirls who would show up to the
Chad, this was before the internet became anything. I don't even know when exactly the internet started to exist, but this was before the age of the internet. People were always dumb. People were always dumb. It's not Twitter brain rot, it's just people brain rot. Imagine how famous he'd be if there wasn't it. Oh my god, imagine. He literally raised up the gods to help him. Bruh. You must be!
Courtroom just to catch a glimpse of it.
Why were you in the courtroom today?
I just wanted to see what he looked like. I think he's cute.
Oh my
Richard
God.
used this to his advantage. He would interact with these women by either inviting them to visit or flirting with them during trial. Not even the jury was immune to his charms. One of the jurors in his trial, Cynthia Hayden, not only sided with Richard during the case, but
excuse me, she what?
fell in love with him.
What?
On Valentine's Day, Cynthia sent Richard a cupcake with the words "I love you" written in icing. For
Get that woman fired.
Cynthia, this was just the beginning. She spent time with Richard every day, and when she was interviewed for a book, she said that she fell in love with him the moment she laid eyes on him. Even after Richard's prison sentence, she would still visit him regularly. It's said that she allegedly applied to get a detective's license just so she could have one-on-one visits with Richard. Their twisted relationship got even more complicated after Cynthia invited her parents to come with her to visit Richard in jail. Although
Parents. People never fail to amaze me with how dumb they can be. Yep, literally risen aura. God.
This was all in the 90s, the serial killer fandom is still active as ever. Years later, the romanticization of Richard Ramirez still hasn't gone away. People are still making fan accounts obsessing over him even after he's passed. While most fans respect boundaries, these stories reveal the dark side of fandoms. It's a reminder that admiration should never cross into obsession. Visual Venture. Wait, before you go, make sure you guys click subscribe here and then click this playlist to watch more dark internet documentaries because our goal is 700,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Thank you guys for everything. Peace.
Go sub to him. You heard him. Wow. That was well right.